What up, what up, what up? Um, excuse me. Let's get into this Laker game against the Knicks. Wonderful game. Wonderful game. Feels good to have a W. You know what I'm saying? Let's go into the starting five. We got D'Angelo Russell, Nick Young, Brandon Ingram, Tyreek Black at center, and we had Julius Randle at the power forward. Brandon Ingram had 14.7 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 for 11, 2 for 5 from the free throw, 2 for 5 from the three-point line, 1 steal. And then we got Julius Randle with 14 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 7 for 14, shooting at 50%, and 1 block. Tyreek Black, 20 minutes, 9 points, 10 boards, 50% from the field, 4 from 8, free throw 50%, 1 for 2. D'Angelo Russell had a shitty night, but with the W, we'll take it. 4 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. Terrible from the field. Hit both his free throws, didn't hit a three-pointer at all. Nick Young, 17 points, 5 boards. 5 boards. And a nigga shot 5 for 14. I'm happy Nick Young had 17 points tonight. You know, that's much better than the shit show he gave in Boston. Very embarrassing. Next person, Larry Nance, double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 from 9, shooting 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 3 steals, 5 personal fouls. He kept the fouls down. He could have had a maybe 15 and 15 night. Jordan Clarkson, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Pretty good night from him off the bench. Lou Williams was the highest scorer on the night with 22 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 for 11, 7 from the free throw line, and 3 from 5, which is pretty great. Lou Aldang, 7 points, 3 rebounds, and Ivica Zubac, 10 points, 7 boards. Pretty good night from him. 17 minutes. Larry Nance Jr. led the team in minutes. Pretty good. Metta World Peace, 2 minutes played. Hit a nice jump shot. From the New York side, Carmelo Anthony, 26 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Porzingis, who didn't score his first bucket until the second half of the game, has 16 and 9. Kyle O'Quinn, he was supposed to look good in this spot against the Lakers bigs. Mozgov didn't play. He was in play along with Hernan Gomez, who had a pretty bad night. I was expecting him to, put up some big numbers. I mean, previous bigs that played against the Lakers have dominated us in the paint. But I think with Mozgov sitting down, it really opened the floor up for Ivica Zubac to come off the bench. Tyreek Black, Julius Randle was in the paint. I don't know what was going on with the Knicks at all. Brandon Jennings, 16 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Derrick Rose, I think he was the problem coming back off of that back injury. Jumping back into the lineup with 32 minutes. Oof. They would have been better off running those minutes with Brandon Jennings. He has 16, 3, and 5. The Knicks, the only person that shot pretty well from the field from the Knicks was Carmelo Anthony, Kyle O'Quinn. Porzingis was off. He was off from the three-point line. Porzingis, he set out a few games and they kind of slowly, this is the most minutes he's played. Well, actually, when they played that 4 overtime game, he had to fresh his legs going into the next night. he didn't play the four overtime game. So that's the reason why his minutes up. I don't know why they're overplaying Carmelo Anthony, but that's the Knicks. They came in not really in sync from the jump of the game. The Lakers kind of just jumped out on them. The Lakers had 12 second chance points in the paint, like before the first half was even over with. So that was pretty good for us right there. A little motivation. But what I really liked about the Lakers, what they did this time, they pretty much ran everybody. They just say, hey, y'all just get out on the floor. Season is pretty much fucking hopeless. We're just gonna see what y'all can do. And Mozgov didn't play because it was a coach's decision, which I kind of fucking liked. It was nice to see Brandon Ingram bringing the ball up the floor. He is the smartest player on the Laker team. He is the smartest player on the Laker team. Just by the way I seen him handling the ball, running the pick and roll, giving guys chances to create at the rim, and it kind of just fed off with the whole team. You started seeing Russell throwing some nice passes in the paint. Larry Nance Jr. was just, he played a good game, man. That was a real nice game from Larry Nance Jr. Really opened up the floor for him as well. Lou Williams and then it allowed Lou Williams and Jordan Clarkson to do what they do. Drive to the paint, throw up shots. But I wish Lou Williams would at least consider passing the ball instead of trying to do those crazy fadeaway, fall away jump shots in the paint and by the perimeter. Stop doing that shit, bruh. Just stop. If stop trying to create a foul shot on some silly shit. You know what I'm saying? The refs ain't gonna let that shit fly all the time. Shit was cute when you hit the little 4-point play, but other than that, stop doing that shit, man. I would rather you pass it. You know what I'm saying? Move the ball around. Great ball movement in the second half. When we play like this, I mean, even though it was the fucking Knicks, fuck the Knicks, but even when we play like this, it's rewarding to see. We put up 100. We put up 121 points. You know what I'm saying? That was nice to see. I don't know what Luke Walton is trying to do as far as like rotation, but we still got guys not playing enough minutes. I mean, you gave Larry Nance 31 minutes. You gave Brandon Ingram 33 minutes. Julius Randle had 17. D'Angelo Russell had 20. Nick Young had 22. I understand why you're doing that because we have the highest scoring bench in the NBA with 50 points. Like, I understand why you're doing that. But you need to fix the rotation, dude. Like, for real. I mean, obviously, what we know right now with the Lakers is that Mozgov is not giving us the production we need, and that's due to the fact that he cannot fucking run the floor with these young men that's running the floor. Julius Randle can do it. Larry Nance can do it. Shit, Luol Deng can do it. Tyreek Back can do it. Ivica Zubac can do it as well. But when we put Mozgov on the floor, like, come on, bruh. This nigga just goes out there and puts up a shit show. I think a couple games back he had a good game. But that's just too far, too in between to be paying a motherfucker $64 million and they not returning value on what we invested in his ass. Now, I know he's a NBA champion, and at the price of where the market is for centers in the league, we had to pay him that much money. We just had to, because the Lakers have to pay a player a certain amount of money in order to not get taxed on some bullshit from the league. But that's neither here or there. I'm just happy that fellas went out there and put up a good show in the Garden. It was nice to see that. I would love to see the minutes come down a little bit more on Jordan Clarkson just to give Brandon Ingram a little bit more run with D'Angelo Russell. I like when those two are really paired up. The only thing that I don't like is when D'Angelo Russell doesn't perform to the ability he's supposed to perform. Now, these last few nights that he's been playing, he was putting up some pretty good numbers, but tonight against the Knicks, I'm like, bro, you should be dominating Derrick Rose, man. This is a juicy spot for you to dominate Derrick Rose, and you go out there and put up some shitty-ass numbers. So did he, but he was, he coming back off injury. Derrick Rose he dealing with a whole bunch of shit right now. But I just thought that you was going to be at least give me at least, 16 points, maybe 7 assists, you had 6 assists, but at least maybe 7 to 10 assists. We was moving the ball around real well, and I just thought D'Angelo Russell was going to be more of the primary ball handler, but it seemed like tonight it was more Brandon Ingram, using the ball, making the right passes, giving guys a chance to get caught up in isolation situations and mismatches, which really worked well for Lou Williams and Jordan Clarkson, where they could dribble, drive, and toss in a floater. Everybody worked well around the rim. I was very happy to see how we just bullied Porzingis in the paint. We kind of, shut him down. We still have to work on guarding small forwards. We seem to be getting eat up by small forwards and centers the most. And when we play against high-profile point guards like Isaiah Thomas and John Walls and those guys that are very ball-dominant guards, like the Russell Westbrooks and who else? Them niggas that be trying to do the shit Westbrook do. We really got to work on our perimeter defense. We just need to work on defense in general. It's just it just makes me mad how these niggas don't play no defense and the turnovers, man. Just like, Jesus Christ. I mean, it was a few turnovers that happened. Like, D'Angelo Russell had a couple of close calls with turnovers. Lou Williams had 4. Like, you got to bring that shit down. I mean, we didn't really turn the ball over that night, but I'm just speaking in general with previous nights. And we gotta stop fouling, man. Julius Randle's fouled out. Larry Nance Jr. had 5. Jordan Clarkson had 5. It probably was ticky-tack fouls trying to keep the point total in intact with Vegas. It was looking like a blowout. Usually when you start seeing players get fouls and get into the line, it's usually because Vegas want to, be right. Vegas has to be right for some weird ass reason. And it doesn't even matter because the Lakers probably would have covered the fucking spread anyway. That's the shit that I hate. Oh, we got to keep it close. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that, man. If it's a blowout, just keep blowing them out. Like, you guys are calling these weird ass fouls, phantom fouls. Like, niggas ain't even touching these dudes, and you just blowing a whistle. Like, come on, man, stop that shit. Shit is ridiculous. I don't want to be ranting too much, but pretty good night from the Lakers. Defensive rebounds, Ingram had 5. Tariq Black 4, Nick Young 4, Larry Nance 6, Jordan Clarkson 6, Dang with 3, and Ivica Zubac with 5. Pretty good on the defensive boards. Offensive boards, Tariq Black dominated that out of all the Lakers. Next underneath him was Larry Nance Jr., And the other guys followed up with two apiece by Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, and Avika Zubac. Keep that name in mind. I like the guy. Shows a lot of upside. He's a hustler, man. That dude is a bona fide hustler. I like it. I like his energy on the floor. Just wish that he could get more time. 17 minutes, and for what he did in 17 minutes, he giving you 10 and 7. I mean, god damn. I mean, come on, man. The points per minute by this guy is just fucking outrageous. Like, you have to get him in there. He had 4 blocks. He had 4 blocks. 4 blocks, 10 points, 7 rebounds. Like, Luke Walton, give this guy the minutes, man. He's obviously a refreshing addition to the team as far as like how the chemistry flows with him on the floor with the Lakers. They run the floor really well with that guy. He's always crashing the boards. He's always hustling and looking for opportunities to give the Lakers second chance opportunities when we go down there and set up in our offense. He's going to get an offensive rebound. He's going to get a defensive rebound. He's very scrappy. You know what I mean? He likes to play defense. Miles Goff, I see your minutes coming down, bro. At this point in time in the season, it's just basically let the guys run. Just so we could see, just let them play free. I think there's a lot of pressure coming into the season. Luke Walton was trying to set a standard, and it's your first year as a coach, dealing with players you never dealt with before, trying to work them in a system that you came from with Golden State. It's not going to be the same thing because those guys that you're with that are new don't have the talent from where you came from. You have to really assess these guys' skill set a little more. Now, the Lakers do show a lot of upside as far as talent. These guys are very, very young. I like us as a young team. We just have to learn how to coexist and trust each other. I don't know why the Lakers squads always have trust issues with, who should get the ball. Nick Young, he's a trigger happy ass nigga. Every time he get the ball, he gonna shoot. And sometimes it hurts the Lakers. I wish he would stop doing that shit. 5 for 14, my nigga. You shot 10 3-pointers and only made 3. What the fuck? Bruh, this is not the 3-point contest, man. You be chucking up shots with 2 niggas on you, dude. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You have to be smart with the ball, bro. That is not... Stop that, bro. Stop that. Other than that, great win. I think the next game for the Lakers is on Wednesday, February 8th, where we will have to go up against the Detroit Pistons basketball team. The game starts at 4:30. I don't know who the starters are going to be, but it is refreshing to go into this next game getting a small little day break. And then after that, we are on... Hold on. Just computer. And they won't let me see it. So I guess, yeah. Wednesday is the next game against the Detroit Pistons. Now, I am expecting us to have a tough time dealing with Andre the Giant Drummond in the paint, along with I think we can deal with Reggie Jackson. I hope so. I don't know. Reggie Jackson is kind of suspect. So so is D'Angelo Russell. So I don't know. Whoever wins this game is going to have to come from the production of either Reggie Jackson or D'Angelo Russell. And I guess a couple of other cast players that they are going to correlate within this game. But we'll see. That will conclude this video about the Lakers. The next one will be on February 8th. I guess that's the next time I'll be on this bitch. But until then, subscribe, all of that good shit, like, and I'll come back with more analysis, just to, provide some insight of how we could clean up this shit show that we've been giving the Laker fans for the last few years. I'm out.